त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello, welcome everyone again today. Today's program topic is spontaneity, and it is very auspicious to speak about spontaneity because this is the meaning of Sahaja. So before we start this program, I would like to know if there are any people who come for the first time. If you can please raise your hand or send us a message in the chat, because we have created another room, and those who come for the first time, we will be taking them to the other room to do the experience of self-realization. If no one is raising their hand, then we will start the program. So. Okay. So just I wanted to say that we have been giving you a lot of information over the last few days, and I hope you are all enjoying your meditation at home, and you are not getting confused with anything. If you have any confusion or if you need more clarification, you can always send us a message either in this chat here or in the WhatsApp group, and we'll be very pleased to answer your queries. Yeah, just remember that meditation is a very simple process. There are many techniques we can share and we can use to balance our system, but the fundamentals of meditation is very simple. We want to make sure you are very comfortable with yourself. The basics of meditation is that we are trying to relax and be silent. And if you have difficulty being silent in your meditation, for example, my suggestion is that you sit down on the grass and you place both your hands on the grass and you close your eyes, and then you communicate with your heart, from your heart, with the Mother Earth. if you when you communicate with Mother Earth, you have to remember that all nature is created by Mother Earth. So it's very, very powerful and gentle. Anyway, we're going to start the program. So I will introduce you to Rakesh, who is going to present this program on spontaneity. Welcome, Rakesh.
Hello, Jean-Michel. How are you?
You're back. You're back in the forest.
Yes.
All right. So I hand it over to you to take us through the journey of spontaneity.
Right. So, like you said, that, like Jean-Michel said, that the basics of, or the fundamental of meditation is very simple. That here we are trying to relax and enjoy and basically be peaceful. So what the program structure today will be is that first we will try to recap what we have in some of the sessions with regards to the balancing left side and right side, and then we will listen to a talk by Shri Mataji on spontaneity, and then later on we will have a meditation. So that's how it will be structured. So like Sahaj Yoga, Sahaj itself means spontaneous. So usually in the West, spontaneous is also having a negative connotation, which means that, you know, you do stuff randomly and all. However, the other meaning is actually, you know, something which happens naturally, which is a living process. So similarly, Kundalini awakening is also a living process. It's not something we can force ourselves into. So before Srimataji told the world or gave us this method of Sahaj Yoga, people used to meditate or do penances for a lot, many years to actually come to a state to actually achieve self-realization. So at that time, self-realization used to be the, you know, final goal. However, in this case, Sahaj Yoga is unique, that Sahaj Yoga starts with self-realization. Then what we need to do is that, you know, we need to cleanse our different energy centers, and regularly after meditation we can actually feel this Kundalini energy rising through and piercing on top of our head, which is called as a fontanelle bone area, and, you know, pierces through, and we can get connected to the collective consciousness. So one aspect of spontaneity comes to us when we are collective as well. So without going into much details, we will go to the next part here. So can we have that slide? So the chakra chart basically. So Sudhanshu, can we have the slide for the chakra chart? So you know, like we already know now after the sessions that were already taken. So our mother Kundalini, you know, resides in a dormant state, and when it awakens, she goes through all the different energy centers and connects us to the all-pervading power. So as a consequence of that, we also become collectively conscious. That is, we are able to feel our own energy centers on the hands and also of the others. So, we become a part of the whole. Now, when we become the part of the whole, our thoughts start dissipating, and we as an individual become spontaneous. So we don't go into too much mental activity. Our attention actually moves from the material to the spirit, and we start becoming better individuals in all regards. Now, to clear our left side, sorry. So what we do is that we place our left hand on the lap. So can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. So we place our left hand on the lap, palm upwards, and right hand towards the Mother Earth. And usually we do this in front of Shri Mataji's photograph. We light a candle and then we sit either on a chair or on the ground. We can take off our shoes if we are wearing any. Now we close our eyes and we just do some affirmations. We say here, Mother, please take away all the problems of our left side into the Mother Earth. So once our Kundalini is awakened, it's not a mental activity. It's a real happening. So we just pray from our heart that Mother, please take away all the problems of our left channel into the Mother Earth. We also observe our left hand palm. Are we feeling hot or cold on the hand? Now we put our right hand on the lap and left hand towards the sky. That's for clearing the right side. So we can keep our eyes closed now. And here we pray to this Mother Kundalini that resides in all of us. Mother, please take away all the excessive heat from our right side into the ether element. Or we can pray, Mother, please give us the qualities of the right side. Again, we just observe whether we are feeling cool or warm on our right hand palms. Once we are feeling better, we put both our hands on the lap. And then with our right hand, we just raise our Kundalini. So from the base of the spine, we just raise our Kundalini and put it on top of our head. And then we put our hand back on the lap and observe now we will listen to the speech of Shri Mataji, and we can open our eyes and just keep our hands open and just listen.
You have to be aware that you are self-realized people. You are not ordinary people to behave in an ordinary way. You are special people, made specially to reflect the qualities of God Almighty. It's not expected that you go and kill Kalia. But the situation is such today that you are all the time protected. You are all the time protected. No one can harm you. No one can kill you. And you can be looked after because you are Sahajogis. Now, what should be the attitude of a Sahajogi towards taking decisions? One should understand. It should be a spontaneous decision. You don't have to tally it with this, go there and find out, and immediately, spontaneous, like Sri Krishna who jumped inside the river. So in the same way, you should have a very spontaneous decision for anything. Now you want to buy, say, a carpet. All right, you go in the shop and immediately you should know which is the one. In every walk of life, you should have a very spontaneous decision, instant decision. But what I find, the style is very different. They'll go from shop to shop, then make a list of it, then make all the measurements, then go home and say that we'll decide it tomorrow. That's not the way a Sahajogi behaves. Sahajogi has to decide everything absolutely spontaneously at that moment. It should be like this. Now somebody is getting drowned. So the first impulse should be that you have to save. And how do you save? You jump in the water. Because you are protected. Nothing can happen to you. So just jump in the water and you'll save the person. Minimum of minimum, this should be your attitude. This should be your temperament, that you take a very spontaneous decision. All this thinking and all kinds of decision making and having a big conference for decisions and all that, not needed. In day-to-day life also, you have to be like that. Also, in every political life, economic life, or any other life you have to lead, you have to be very spontaneous. How do you become spontaneous? What quality you have got? What is the weapon you have got to know what decision to take? Do you know? You have got vibrations. You have the feel of the vibration. And you know what vibrations are. You know what vibrations tell you and convey and communicate to you. They speak to you. So through your vibrations, you should know in a second what should you do. For example, now, somebody told me that, Mother, when I came to Kabela, I felt tremendous vibration. It's a fact. But how many of you feel that way? Because your sensitivity is not yet developed. You have to be sensitive about your vibrations. You should know, looking at anyone, sitting next to anyone, even shaking hands with anyone, you should know what sort of vibrations that person has. This kind of sensitivity, if you develop, then you will definitely take a very spontaneous decision. You know, I'm very good at it. I bought this Kabela in 5 minutes. Really 5 minutes. When I came here, they said you can't go up because you have a big car. So the mayor said, all right, come along. I'll take you in my car. So I went with him on that car, and I saw it. It was all dilapidated, no doubt. It was all absolutely in a shambles, all right. And looked like a ghostly place, no doubt. And everybody who was with me, they say, wow, what a place, Mother. You can't buy that. So I told the mayor, I'm buying it. When? Today, now. He was amazed. I said, you tell me, how do I buy? He said, very easy. In this Italy, you have to buy like this, that you pay 1/3 of the price, all right? And then you can occupy. If you find something wrong with the place, you can give up. But then you will not get your money. But if the other fellow who is selling you says no, then he has to pay double. I said, very good bargain. I'm buying, I've told you I'm buying, I'll buy. And everybody was surprised what Mother was doing. So what decided was the vibrations. Vibrations of the place. Just decided I said, I'm buying. That way they took me to 7, I think, castles. I said, no. Outside only I could say no. And they were surprised I didn't even go inside. I said, ask them what was here. They said, nunnery. I said, see. Now, you should develop that kind of a spontaneous decision. Then you will be amazed how in such a short time you can really achieve such great things. But that doesn't mean that you all should do that way. First, you should have that sensitivity of vibration. If you have that sensitivity of vibrations, then I would say you are now matured in Sahaja. So the maturity has to be brought in. You cannot just say now, it's all right, I've got self-realization, I can do this. First, you tally your sense of sensitivity. So now how do you know? For example, You take a spontaneous decision and find that you have got nothing. It's all nonsense. Possible. But you can see for yourself that your decisions, if they're spontaneous, if they fail, if they are wrong, if there are some mistakes, or that will make you suffer, whether economically, politically, in every way, then your whole value system will be judged very well. How far you have gone into Sahaja Yoga, how far you have achieved your self-realization, and where are you? This is what is the way to test yourself. You should not be afraid of failures and not get enamored by success, because you are self-realized souls. Of course, if you are sensitive, immediately you will know what is it. Well, of course, I wouldn't say that you could have the same as I have, but you should try to. Now I've seen some people will praise some man, oh mother, he's so good, you must meet him, he's such a nice person, and he's of such a help, and this will happen and that will happen. I said, all right, you show me a photograph. I said, I'm sorry, I don't want to meet him. They can't understand. Such a great man, he'll be a minister tomorrow, and I don't want to meet him. And you find just next day a big report about him in the newspaper that he is a very bad man. So you must tally your experience and your understanding of what you have decided spontaneously. But still, I would say, keep to spontaneous decisions. Don't think about it, how it should work out, what should we do. It has a very far-fetched influence on your mind also, that you see, that you know what is right and what is wrong. I don't know how many of you have seen the house I've built. The another side of Sri Krishna was that he was extremely creative. In his childhood, he did all these things, these pranks. And when he became a grown-up person, he became the king of Dwarika, of that area. And he used to dress up like a king only. After all, he was a king. When he was a child, he used to wear a small little piece of feather from the peacock. But when he became the king, he was wearing all the things, and he used to sit on the throne and talk to people in that manner. All that greatness was there, and he was extremely creative. He built a beautiful, very, very beautiful castle, or you can say palace, in Dwarika, out of gold. Can you believe it? Sri Krishna did it. And it was all then covered with water. Now the intellectuals in India, all trained by Western people, I think, said that it's not possible. There's nothing in the water, and he never built his palace there. It's all a story, just like a myth. But some people believed in it, and they dug up. They went down and they found there was a very big palace. There was gold a little bit left, but not all of it was there. And they were amazed, such a huge, big palace he had made. Under the water it had gone, but it was there. Like this, all these incarnations who came were extremely creative. If you are not creative, what's the use of self-realization? Now, what is the greatest creative thing you can do very easily is to make others Sahajogis. That is the easiest and most joy-giving thing, is to make others Sahajogis and give them the blessings of the divine which they have been seeking for ages. By giving them, you don't know what a solace, what a blessing you give them. So now you have got your self-realization. You got it very easily, I must say. They all say that it is a instant nirvana. Sahaja is instant nirvana, it's true. But whatever you get so easily and instantly, you don't understand the value of that. They always say for India that they got their freedom so easily. They didn't get it that easily. That's why they do not value it. But it's true. If you get anything free, firstly, and without any special effort, then you don't value it. You don't understand. You think it's a matter of right. But do you know how much people have suffered for getting self-realization? They used to go on the Himalayas, stand on one leg, sometimes on their heads, for months together. And they didn't get realization. I've heard of some people who lived in a room for 28 years to get self-realization. And why they lived like that? Because they thought by keeping away from other people, other bad atmosphere, everything, they might get realization. They never got it. So, one must understand, though you have got it very easily, is something so precious, so great. It's not very easy to get self-realization. You read about the people who are self-realized. Perhaps they did not even know how they got it. They did not know even about the Kundalini, but they got it. Through their guru, maybe their efforts. Buddha, how much he had to suffer till he gets his realization. Think of him. How he got his realization. I mean, you shudder to see of his life. Ultimately dies of hunger and poverty. But nothing happened to you. You have got it without any difficulties, in a very sweet manner, all of you. Nothing, you don't have to pay, you don't have to do anything about it. But that doesn't mean you should not value it. Like a seed which is put in the Mother Earth, spontaneously sprouts and gives a life to the primode, which grows, can grow into a shrub and then into a tree. But you have to put water, and you have to have the care of a gardener or someone. In your case, you are the one who has to do all that. First of all, you have to put the nourishment of compassion and love. Have you got that compassion and love? Do you love people? Like somebody told me today, I was shocked, I don't like children. I said, you don't like children? No, I like others' children.
Now we heard about, how after getting self-realization, after becoming Sahajogis, we have the vibratory awareness, which we can use to take decisions and uh, be spontaneous, right? So when we meditate, we have to, understand that our state has to improve. Uh, our thoughtlessness has to improve, and then the peace and the solace, as it was mentioned, comes to us. So when we are peaceful from within, that manifests outside. So now we will do a guided meditation basically, and see, how far we are able to experience it, and whether we are able to experience the state of thoughtless awareness, and if there are any blockages or if there are any pitfalls, then how we can correct that. Okay, so what we do is that we can put both the feet on the ground, on the mother earth, and or we can sit on the ground if that is possible, and we open both our hands like this and put it on the lap, palm upwards, and we will try to see, can we put the slide for the thoughtless awareness. It's just to see that usually whenever we are there in our conscious mind, daytime or anytime we are sitting for meditation, we will have thoughts either from the past or the future. So when our mind is in the present, or we are consciously in the present, then there are no thoughts. So that is a state we should be, in meditation, and that is when actually the meditation will begin. So now we will put the slide, yeah, for just to understand that, when we have the thoughts, either we are, too happy or too depressed, and there is a time between the two thoughts, and that is the time that is called vilamb in Sanskrit. That is, we have to increase that time of thoughtless awareness, that is no thought. That is what we have to achieve during meditation. So now we first look at the photograph of Shrimataji. So we will just put it now. And then we afterwards we will close our eyes, and in our heart we will have that feeling, that desire, that we are sitting here today now for experiencing the thoughtless awareness. And we can request our Mother Kundalini that, Mother, please bless us today with the experience of thoughtless awareness. We keep our eyes closed and we observe ourself overall. That where is our attention? Now, any thoughts, if they are coming in, we try to witness those. We don't need to react. We just have to observe those thoughts. Once we get our awakening, our self-realization, then our attention becomes enlightened. So we can use that enlightened attention and just observe. So during meditation, if we are feeling heaviness anywhere in our body, for example, let us say now head. So what we can do is that we can use our right hand, which represents the action, side of action, and put it on the head. For example, we will just press our forehead, keeping our eyes closed, and just do nothing else. Just use our, vibratory awareness and just request the mother energy to clear our Agya chakra, or the energy center, which is in the forehead. So we just pray, Mother, please take away any thoughts, any problems that are blocking our state of thoughtless awareness. This energy center has the quality of forgiveness. So we just say, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Now slowly we put our hand back and again observe ourselves. Any thoughts that are coming in, we just say, Mother, I do not want these thoughts. Now, while listening to the music that will be played next, we will just observe, our thoughts and our state. If the thoughts are still coming in, we just say, I forgive these thoughts. We just have to witness ourselves as well. Where is our attention? Is it still on somebody else struggling, or are we with ourselves? We have to understand that we are not this mind, this body, these conditionings, this ego, but we are part and parcel of the whole. Now we slowly open our eyes. We thank our Mother Kundalini for the experience. We raise our Kundalini and then take Bandhan. Now,
Thank you very
over
much,
to you.
Rakesh. Thank
Yeah.
you. But don't go, because I would like to ask you something. Before I ask you something, I would like everyone to put their hand above their head and see how they feel. Okay, those who felt cool, I would like you to send a message in the chat and tell us how you felt. And if you didn't feel, it's not only cool, but if you didn't feel the silence, please tell us in the chat, because we need to know how you're going. So the question I wanted to ask you is, you know, in the talk, Shrimataji mentioned about Sri Krishna. I just wanted to ask you, is Sahaja Yoga has anything to do with Hinduism?
No. It's Sahaja Yoga, as I have understood, is integration of, you know, the world religions, basically. So in the let us say, in the, you know, tree of growth of human consciousness, let us say, so different incarnations or different you know, seers, different you know, great people were born, and they taught us, you know, some fundamental things, that is the messages of humanity. So they had each a different quality that they wanted to teach. Now, based on where we were born, you know, we would take up that particular religion. So overall, as I see that Srimataji's task over the years, so she integrated all those, scattered pieces of knowledge and, made the complete puzzle, solved for me. So like I would say, I have interest in, different religions, the Islam, which means effectively to surrender. Christianity, so Lord Jesus Christ, who was born to actually give us or teach us forgiveness. So, every, religion, every God, taught us certain good qualities. So,
It is good. Yeah.
Overall, Shrimataji's way of teaching, us was, take certain examples so that we could correlate and understand and imbibe those qualities within us. So that's how I have always read through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's.
What's your experience?
Yeah, look, it's interesting. I was asking you this because obviously you are from India, and from my point of view, is I come from a Christian traditional background, and I have a similar experience, but from another angle, where I was not really. I mean, I had love for Christ because I could see that his life was a good life. What he did was good. But I was not having any more feeling about spirituality, divinity, or anything like this, because, to be honest, the religion, as I saw it in my country, in France, the Catholic religion, didn't inspire me to believe in God or not. It was not. I was not impressed. So I was doing my own seeking, and I was more attracted into meditation somehow. But so when I discovered Sahaja Yoga, and I heard Srimataji speaking about, for example, Krishna as she did today, I started researching, and I bought books about Hinduism because obviously there is a correlation between Sahaja Yoga and the traditional Indian old ancient beliefs. So I bought some books and I taught myself about Hinduism. I tried to understand and make sense of all of this. And Srimataji helped us a lot because she's open to Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, Taoism, as long as it is balanced teaching and true knowledge, as long as it helps us meditate better. I understood it was good, so I did my own research, and I reached the same conclusion as you. But I thought it was important to ask you because it is something, when Srimataji speaks, she makes us feel very comfortable, but there is so much knowledge around it. As I said in the beginning, I feel meditation is very simply basic, and we got to go back to basics. As you mentioned, spontaneity is the first thing. Is we got to forget about anything and just feel. And by the way, in the reply from the people, very good feedback, Rakesh.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Yeah,
I'll tell you. I don't know if you saw the messages. Okay, I tell you, Rina, I always feel cool. Jesse, I feel cool coming from top of my head. I felt cool, felt good and cool on my head from Renu. Okay, Ramnit said, still feeling hot on top of my head. So what would you advise Ramnit about feeling hot?
Yeah, so this Mother Kundalini, when it rises, actually she burns all the problems that are there in the different energy centers. And as a result of that, we sometimes feel the hot, coming out. So as we start meditating and, this, let us say, clearance has already taken place, then we start feeling, cool. So that's what my experience also has been. So Sahaja Yoga is like you know, you don't need to believe anything upfront, right? So you have to verify with this newfound awareness of vibratory awareness, right? So you can verify it as you do it. So, you know, like we are doing 21 days meditation. So if, you know, people do the whole 21 days meditation, they will be able to actually judge as to what they have achieved from day 0 to day 21. So that's what I would love to see, as in the you know, integration of the understanding, or whatever we have been telling. The core message is like, we know ourselves, we know thyself. And you know, initially it will be little, you know, can be little warm. Some people might not feel the vibrations, but we will definitely feel the thoughtless awareness. And you know, that's the point we have to stick
That's
to.
right. We have to be
like you,
confident and
yes,
persistent, because we all started that way. We all started with a self-realization. But I'm very impressed with the messages I'm receiving. One from Wendy: I feel a little bit cool, and I've been here for 8 days. Every day I feel cool above my head. That's really nice to hear. You know, and it's take this experience as a very important one, because when you start meditation, as Rakesh just said, most important is individual actual experience. We have to be very honest about it. If I don't feel good, I will not say. But when we feel good like this, we have to remember this, because maybe in the next few weeks, when your chakras start to take shape, maybe you feel one day cool, one day a little bit different, but it always comes back to cool. You know, it's like the fairy tales. It always finishes with good. Yeah, good always wins. And in Sahaja, for all these years I've been meditating, it's always like this. We may have challenges, but it's always for the good. We always grow up. We don't go down. And this is amazing. This is magical.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to add
Yes.
that, you know, individually, when we meditate at home, you know, we are able to see ourselves as in where we are. Now, when we are meditating in a collective, you know, all of us meditating together, actually, it's a collective awareness. So when we meditate together, you know, in the end, like you said, we, you know, wherever we started from, you know, hot or having challenges, in the end, eventually we actually feel the cool pouring down. So yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the comments. I'm very pleased with your answer. Look, it was a very beautiful program. Always pleasure to have you. So
Same here.
I think we're going to go to, unless there is, I don't think there is any specific announcements at this moment. So we're going to go to the music concert that we always play at the end. And I wish you all to enjoy your meditation tomorrow, tonight, until tomorrow. And Rakesh, again, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate it.